Yo, look at this lighting strat. I low-key fuck with this. No, wait, hold up. W lighting, dude. Like, yeah, that looks better. Yo, the car blessing me up with some good lighting. Oh my gosh, my video quality is like going up tenfold right now. So the concept, or the topic of today's video, I want to talk about relationships. And I want to talk about, you know, I see it a big thing on YouTube or social media, TikToks, Instagrams, all the time that young men shouldn't be in relationships and young men shouldn't be with a girl and shouldn't focus on women, especially shouldn't focus on chasing women and should just simply focus on chasing money and chasing, you know, their dream life, because then, you know, women are just going to flock in just like that. And I do understand that ideology, and in a lot of ways I agree with it. I mentioned in one of my videos that I was in a year relationship, which I ended up ending. And I think my ending of it actually speaks towards why maybe a relationship isn't beneficial. But I do believe that in some ways a relationship, I just want to start off with this point. A relationship can be very beneficial, right? It just depends on the girl. It depends on, you know, you're not going to find a lot of girls who are going to like seriously support your goals, especially not in high school, especially not at a young age, who are going to support you and make you a better person and compound you. Most of the times they're going to be a money drainer, a will drainer, like, drain you, like a time distraction. You're gonna have to put a lot of time into a girl. And in my case, especially, I didn't get much back necessarily, I wouldn't say. I didn't get much peace of mind. I didn't get much reassurance. I didn't get much, I got a lot of love, but it wasn't like that kind of love that maybe I needed, right? Like for my issues, I didn't have anyone there for me for my issues. And sometimes I ended up just feeling more alone in a relationship than I did not being in one, right? I was just like, why isn't she helping me? She's literally my girlfriend, right? And it's very dependent on the girl. But you could have, like, there are girls out there, and if you find one that's totally, you gotta just read the room, right? But if she's making you a better person, if she's motivating you to work hard for her, if she's like, if you want her to be your fucking wife and she's like, damn, I gotta be this good for this girl because she's a top tier girl, right? I gotta go get the money, I gotta go hit the gym, I gotta become the best looking guy for her, I gotta become the wealthiest guy for her, I have to be the most loving, have like the best traits. If that's the kind of girl you're gonna have, and she's gonna reinforce that and be like, keep on working toward your goals, make some bread for be my sugar daddy, then that's the kind of girl you want. And I think in that concept and in that respect, get that girl, bro. Get that girl. The issue is most girls aren't gonna be like that. Most girls aren't gonna, I don't like it anymore. Most girls aren't seriously gonna make you just dial into this whole different realm, and they're actually going to be a very big distraction, right? The girl I was dating for 1 year, I did like her quite a bit, love would be the word. It feels a little weird to say it, right? But I got to accept that truth, and we did a lot of cool things. I went a lot of cool places with her, and I really liked her. And the reason why I wanted to break up with her, because first off, I didn't spend enough time with her, right? We weren't seeing each other. I didn't envision a future with her. So why would I ever date a girl I'm not envisioning a future with? And finally, she wasn't allowing me to reach my goal. She wasn't allowing me to be the best version of myself, right? She would just be texting me on some bullshit right when I wake up, ruin my day. I'd be spending my whole life with her on Snapchat, right? I think if you get a girl, you gotta make some boundaries and you gotta make some set rules. You gotta make sure that you're not spending your whole day talking to her. You don't have to, she can live without reassurance of what you're doing. She doesn't need constant attention. Don't get a girl who constantly needs attention, right? Get a girl who's gonna be loyal. Get a girl who's gonna show you respect, and get a girl who's not gonna be out fucking partying all the time. I think there's just very simple rules you need to make, and signs you have to take when you're going after a bitch. My buddy, he's in a relationship with this girl right now. We have this, and she's a sophomore. He's a junior. Not that matters. It's a little weird in some ways, but it's not the end of the world, right? But this girl is obviously a whore before he ends up getting with her. She has videos of her leaked that are of her twerking butt booty naked. Obviously been, like we all know she's been around. He knows she's been around, but he's going with this knowledge, and he gets with this girl, and he's been dating her for the better part of a year. Me and my friends, we have this saying, we like to call it the red button. If we hit the red button, we ruin the relationship. My buddy, his life is going to go downhill, and he's going to know what we know. The red button is basically that his girl's been secretly in secret cheating on my mans. I love this guy so much. Like, he's a great guy, and he doesn't deserve this. And the problem why we haven't told him officially, we've tried to tell him that his girl's cheating on him. He's not going to believe it, of course. But we don't just have like concrete evidence. We just have a bunch of her friends that have openly admitted to us that she's cheated on him. And it's just like, you gotta see the signs, bro. Don't go after a bitch who's being cracked by a bajillion guys, bro. Oh, like, you just gotta follow these rules, man, and get a girl, who's hasn't been passed around. And if not, if that's too much because you gotta do so much research, then maybe you're better off just being like, nah, I'm gonna focus on myself. But I envision myself getting married early, and I really would love to have a girl that I can just get with at a younger age, right? Like, have like the best fucking dream relationship with her, and then from high school we go get a fucking house, bada bing bada boom. Like, I know this is some folktale shit, but I mean back in the day, people used to get married very, very young and travel the world together. It's what my grandparents did, and they weren't even that wealthy, right? They didn't have that much money, but they just used their savings. They traveled the world together. They had like a deep fucking love, man. I don't want to be being like 30, laying down, getting with a bitch when our chemicals aren't even as potent, and she's a 30-year-old washed up fucking adult who's already been passed around in college, and we just kind of get with each other out of pity, man. I would love to get with a girl who I really, really love, man, sooner than later, and be with her consecutively for a long time and put a ring on that shit, man. Like, I'd like to be getting rich and then get the girl. I don't want a girl coming to me when I'm rich, because how am I supposed to know her intentions are even right, bro? And that's the shit, man. It's all mind games. Maybe at this point, I don't want to die alone, man, but fuck, it looks optimal, especially in this generation, dude. In my opinion, it's very hard in a lot of situations to find a very modest girl who doesn't dress all sluttily. And this isn't hate on girls. I think it's just like the standard that has been raised to girls can be half naked walking around. But sometimes I see shit that girls are wearing in school, and I'm like, how did your daddy let you walk out of the house in that? I wouldn't even, if looking at those girls, I wouldn't even want to ever get with them. And I've tried to talk, back in the day with my girl, I try to be like, girl, I know you're going to Lollapalooza, but it's not like a naked dress code. Like, all bitches dressed up naked to go there. So I was why the fuck are you wearing that? Not because I don't know. It's just I was like, why do you not have any self-respect in that respect? And for me too, man. But there's nothing I can do about the world, and how it is. And there's rare girls that are going to be really good, though. And you can find them, man. You can find them, and you just gotta, God will send you the right people. Just stay locked in on your craft. And if you find a girl who's good, go chase after her, bro. Don't let all this shit on TikTok, oh, don't chase girls, bro, chase money, and they'll chase you. Nah, let her be a part of the process. You can find a good girl who's a part of the process. You can do whatever you want, though. It's your life. Man.